Here comes the 2-2 home. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Zach Iverson. This kid is ridiculous out there on the mound.
Zion Avery deep out into left center field. Back at the wall. You forget that. That is way out of here.
That ball is roped out into left field. It is deep, and it will get out of here for a homer. Daniel Cruz flips the bat. His second home run on the season.
Finds this one deep out into the outfield. Back at the wall. It is out of here. Grand slam, Sebastian Fabic.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Fall Green Moretime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Bob Wren Stadium here in Athens, Ohio, on the campus of Ohio University. This is Copperheads Baseball as the Copperheads 17-13 welcome in the Hamilton Joes with a record of 15-13. Hello and welcome into the broadcast. I'm Connor Mills alongside Joey Medore, and Joey, the Copperheads just a half game back on first. They've gone through lots of problems early on in the season, pitching being a main one, but the bats have been alive. They've been thriving. They've been bringing this team closer and closer to the top of the Southern Division in the GLSCL.
Well, second in the league in batting average coming into tonight's ball game, as you know, after some early season struggles for the Copperheads when they fell to 4-8 early on in the year, they really played very well since then. Now sit at 17-13, just a half game out of first place, currently sitting in third with a game in hand on the team behind them in the Joes. If you're able to win this game tonight, give yourself an even bigger cushion in the playoff hunt, and maybe, you know, if things go your way tonight, you end up in first place by the end of it. But just a awesome pitching performance by Jack Bennett last night. He joined the team in his first outing, gave him 7 strong innings, and, you know, they did what they had to do offensively to pull out a 6-1 victory.
Did what they had to do, and for the Copperheads, they're on a little bit of a winning streak right now. They beat the Cincinnati Steam 2 games, 2 out of 3. Took the first game from the Hamilton Joes. 3-game winning streak coming into the home stretch. Not a lot of games left for the Copperheads. 2 games left against the Hamilton Joes. A 3-game series against the Xenia Scouts. Then All-Star break on the 15th through the 17th. Licking County Settlers, and on the road to the Richmond Jazz to end the regular season on the 23rd. But it's going to be an exciting part for the Copperheads, as, again, it'll be their bats. And on the mound today for Southern Ohio is Tanner Glass, making his first start. Normally comes in relief, but let's see what he can do, because Jared Hurd, when he came in to start, had 8 strikeouts and gave the Copperheads an opportunity to stay in the game.
Now let's see that pitch.
But Nick Kaiser again coming in relief when Cameron Stiglich went down, had those 8 strikeouts, and just pitched well, gave the Copperheads a chance to remain in the game and had the chance to win.
That's right. And Tanner Glass has gone as many as 4 innings in relief so far this year of shutout baseball. You know, he came in as an infielder, but we knew he could throw innings as one of his listed positions. So now we're going to get to see for the first time, you know, how deep he can go into a ball game. As we saw Braxton Kelly just back on Sunday. He hadn't started the game yet this year and gave Copperheads 6 strong innings, only allowing 1 run. So hopefully you get Glass, can have a similar performance, and, you know, just clinch this series up tonight. Earn yourself 2 games on the Hamilton Joes and, you know, stay in the playoff picture moving forward as we come down the stretch in this season.
Copperheads half game back on the Cincinnati Steam. We're tied with the Licking County Settlers for first place. Copperheads in 3rd, Hamilton Joes 4th, Xenia Scouts 5th, and Richmond Jazz at the bottom at 11 and 12. They sit in 6th place. It's the Copperheads and the Hamilton Joes right here in Bob Wren Stadium. 87 degrees and sunny in Athens. We'll be right back after all these first pitches and the national anthem when we return right here on Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens, keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, opens.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back here in Athens, Ohio, at Bob Wren Stadium, Copperheads getting ready. They're on the field, and Joey Medor will take you through the starting lineups for both teams.
Well, it's Marshall Rich leading off behind the dish. Brennan Gick out in center field, moving up from 7th to number 2 after yesterday's game. Preston Miller at first base, batting 3rd. Jake Cates clean up in left field. Logan Thomason batting 5th at shortstop. Avery Janning at 3rd base, batting 6th. Brock Mathis DHing, batting 7th. Miley at 2nd base, batting 8th. And batting 9th is Griffin Kane playing right field. On the mound is number 33, Jack Myers, for the Joes in this ball game. As for the Copperheads, back home after a lengthy road trip, it is Lucas Nasanti out in center field leading off. Zach Iverson batting 2nd, playing 2nd base, batting 3rd, and DHing Sebastian Fabic. Zion Avery batting cleanup, playing 1st base behind the dish. Batting 5th is Tanner Johnson. Batting 6th at shortstop, Phil Glasser. 7th in right field, Ty Krittenberger. A new man playing 3rd base and batting 8th, Kyle Gammon for the Copperheads. And rounding out the order at 9th is Jared Hurd out in left field. Tanner Glass starting on the mound.
That'll be Marshall Rich leading things off for the Hamilton Joes. The ball was thrown a little bit high by the catcher Johnson over to Iverson on 2nd. And it is once again time for Copperheads baseball in Athens, Ohio. A 7-game road trip. Copperheads successfully navigated through it. On the road this season, they were 1 game above 500 at 9-8, but at home 3 games above at 8-5, a half game back on the Licking County Settlers. And the Cincinnati Steam, as the first pitch from Tanner Glass is taken high and inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, and nobody out to Marshall Rich. Tanner Glass on the season, solely a relief pitcher, as the first pitch or second pitch is in for a ball as well. 2 balls and no strikes. But for Tanner Glass, a win-loss of 1 win, no losses, a .47 ERA in 14 2/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks, and has allowed 5 hits. 3 straight balls from Tanner Glass to Marshall Rich to begin things here in the top of the first inning. Lively crowd on hand as a 3-0 pitch from Tanner Glass is taken in for a called strike. 3-1. Marshall Rich from Oxford, Ohio, 5'8", 175 pounds. .296 batting average, 16 hits and 54 at-bats as he swings and bounces one over towards the third baseman, Gammons. First try for him, the throw is a little bit high, pulls off Zion Avery from the bag at first, and it'll be charged as an error to Gammons. His first play does not go the way he wants it to go, and now there's a runner on base. Marshall Rich on with the error, and Brennan Gick to the plate.
Well, I think they might change that later on. I think Rich would have been safe either way. So it's very quick out of that right-handed batter's box. Hit a high chopper over to Gammon. And Gammon just trying to rush a little bit on his first play, overthrows it. For now, it's an error for the leadoff man to reach first.
Well, that does bring up Brennan Gick. In yesterday's game, Gick went 1 for 3. Was one of the few who found success off of Jack Bennett as the first pitch missed for a ball. But for Gick, 20 hits and 83 at-bats, scored 12 runs, 9 extra base hits, 6 doubles and 3 home runs as the pitch misses outside from Tanner Glass. Glass behind in the count, 2 balls, no strikes, with nobody out, and a runner on first here on the top of the first inning. No score between the Hamilton Joes and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. The 2-0 pitch into Gick, misses outside, and now for the second straight batter, the count has gone 3-0.
Yeah, Glass is having a little trouble commanding the zone right now. He's falling behind 3-0 to back-to-back guys. He's got to relax in there. He hasn't walked too many guys, only 3 in his.
Well, gets a fastball over there for a called strike. Gick thought that was good enough for him to swing, just jumped out of the batter's box on the left-hand side. Knows it's the right thing to do. 3-0, just take the pitch. The 3-1 from Tanner Glass, check to swing. The throw down is way high and over into center field. Lucas Nasanti, the center fielder, gets it. But it doesn't matter as it's ball 4 issued to Brennan Gick. And now the first 2 Hamilton Joes batters have reached the base paths with Preston Miller at the plate.
Yeah, that ball, as you said, doesn't matter, but Johnson just kind of lets it go a little bit early. Sails on him out in the center field. As now Glass going to have to try to settle down here. He's allowed the first 2 guys to reach base. Obviously not his fault on the error. But, you know, he's falling behind. Just got to settle in there, start throwing some strikes.
Nobody out here on the top of the first inning as the first pitch is in for a called strike to Preston Miller. The first pitch for a first pitch strike by Tanner Glass on the day. Marshall Rich at second base. For now, it's charged an error. Brennan Gick is out on first, and this ball is swung on and flat out into right center field. Ranging over is Lucas Nasanti. He makes a catch and an even better throw to keep the runners from advancing from second to third. So a nice play by Lucas Nasanti in right center field. Gets the out. First out recorded here on the top of the first inning.
I was surprised to see Marshall Rich not on the bag on that one. It was hit deep out into the alley in right center field. Nasanti obviously covered a lot of ground, made a nice play. Wasn't sure if he was going to get there, but you would think Rich would be on the bag ready to tag with his speed. But he gets caught halfway when Nasanti caught the ball. Then he threw a strong throw back into the cutoff man to hold him at second. That's a nice play out there in center field.
Well, now the first pitch is swung on and lifted out into right field, not deep, a couple steps in front of the warning track. Ranging under is Ty Crittenberger. He makes the catch, tagging at second, and going to third is Marshall Rich as the ball is thrown into the infield. As now there are runners at the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, but you'll take that after those first 2 guys reach base safely. Thought you could run into some trouble this inning, but Glass settles down, gets a couple of high fly balls. Now just 1 out away from getting out of this inning without giving up a run.
Well, like you said, back-to-back fly balls on Preston Miller and Jake Cates, and now Logan Thomason at the plate. Thompson, a .255 batter, 25 hits, 98 at-bats, went 0 for 2 against the Copperheads in yesterday's game as the first pitch from Tanner Glass hits the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Copperheads defensively will run through it quick with 2 outs. Jared Hurd in left field, Lucas Nasanti in center, Ty Crittenberger the man out in right field. Kyle Gambin making his first start as a Copperhead. He's the man at third base. Phil Glasser at short as a swing and a miss by Logan Thomason, and now Tanner Glass is quickly ahead in the count to Thomason. No balls and 2 strikes.
A nice little change up there in the dirt, got him to chase it. Of course, the change up so hard to read. It looks like a fastball at first, and all of a sudden it just drops down on you, and of course it's slower. Can't really pick up the spin on it. So nice pitch there from Glass.
Right side of the infield. Iverson at second is now a line drive down the line in left field, but that goes foul. Just got ahead of it was Logan Thomason. And now Thompson remains at the plate with an 0-2 count. Iverson at second, Avery at first. Tanner Glass on the mound, and Tanner Johnson behind the plate. But 0-2, 2 outs, runners at the corners for the Hamilton Joes. An error that allowed Marshall Rich to reach base, and Brennan Gick over at first. He was on with the walk. He's on the move. Line drive out into center field. Lucas Nasanti stands right where he was, makes a one-hand grab, and the side is retired. Runners are at the corners for the Hamilton Joes, but couldn't get any across on Tanner Glass. Copperheads come to the plate for the first time today. When we return in the bottom of the first inning, we'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is so much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back here in the bottom of the first inning at Bob Brand Stadium, no score as the Hamilton Joes were held off the board even though they had 2 men on base at the corners. Tanner Glass did his job, and it'll be Lucas Nasanti from Youngstown State leading things off for the Copperheads. Lucas Nasanti, Zach Iverson, and Sebastian Fabic. 1, 2, and 3. Copperheads struggled against the Hamilton Joes earlier on this season. 2-1, 5-4, and 7-5 loss on the 14th through the 16th of June as the first pitch is in for a called strike by Jack Myers to Lucas Nasanti, 0-1. From the stretch, Nasanti's swinging and missing, and now Nasanti's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. But for Lucas Nasanti, .333 average as the 0-2 is swung on and fouled off towards the Copperheads dugout, bounces off the screen and remains on the field. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, Luke's been sneaking up on everybody. He's had a hit in 8 of his last 9 ball games, has a high as a 7-game hit streak.
As I swing a foul back to the screen, count remains at 0-2.
But ever since he's been moved up to that leadoff spot, been doing a really nice job. His average all the way up, as you said, above 300 at .333. He gets on base, and then he's a threat to go when he gets there.
Jack Myers from the windup. The 0-2 pitch is another foul ball. Nasanti with 3 straight foul balls remains at the plate, 0-2.
He's another one of those guys, much like Glasser on this team. It's just a guy who's very tough to strike out, as in 66 at-bats, only 10 on the season so far.
As now he's swinging a pop fly, shallow end to right field, ranging back onto the grass part of the turf is the first baseman Miller. Makes a catch and 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. So Nasanti a F3. And Zach Iverson has the second best average on the team at .352. Bat in from the left side. Iverson, 25 hits and 71 at-bats, 14 runs, 12 RBIs. 5 extra base hits, 4 doubles, and a homer. As the first pitch from Jack Myers misses low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. For Jack Myers, making his first start on the season, 6'7", 205 pounds from Butler University. Now he's swinging a line drive out into right center field, but ranging over is the center fielder Brennan Gick. And now they're quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, good wood there by Iverson. He'll take that swing every at-bat. It's just kind of tough luck. Hit it right at the center fielder Gick there. Not a bad start. Nice line out.
This is the first start for Jack Myers. Had appeared in 1 relief appearance on July 2nd against the Licking County Settlers. But for Myers, a 2.62 ERA in 3 1/3 innings pitched. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Has allowed 5 hits as the first pitch to Sebastian Fabic. Swung on line, drive deep out into right field, but ranging under it is a right fielder, Kane. And that will retire this side. At the end of the first inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Copperheads. We head to the top of the second. No score. Hamilton Joes come to the plate. When we return right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Top of the second inning, no score here in Athens, Ohio at Bob Wren Stadium. Avery Janning, Brock Mathis, and Corey Miley all due up for the Hamilton Joes as Avery Janning stands in. Tanner Glass got into some trouble in the top of the first, was able to work out of it without allowing a run to score as the first pitch to Avery Janning misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. From the windup, Glass's pitch is swung on, line drive out into shallow right field. Diving to make the play is Ty Crittenberger. Crittenberger puts it in his back pocket. 1 out away here on the top of the second.
Yeah, and a good read there from Crittenberger. Knew right away he had to come in and then comes sliding, makes the catch. As Crittenberger is a part of the really solid rotation that the Copperheads have out in the outfield this season, showing you why right there with a nice play out there in right field to help his pitcher out.
Hurd, Nasanti, Crittenberger, whoever else you want to put out there. They've been doing the job all season long for the Copperheads as the first pitch is delivered to Brock Mathis. In for a called strike. Nothing. Actually missed for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. As 1-0 is taken outside for another ball. 2 balls. Here's the count. Brock Mathis this season batting .255, has 13 hits and 51 at-bats. As the Glass pitch is delivered low and away. 3 straight balls to the batter, Brock Mathis. And Tanner Glass has had a couple 3-0 counts, led off the ball game with them. As now a 4-pitch walk is issued to Brock Mathis. And there's a 1-out base runner for the Hamilton Joes.
Yeah, so far Glass had some control issues. Already a couple of walks, been falling behind in counts, 3-0. He's trying to figure some things out. First start on the year, so not sure if he's having a different approach than when he's used to coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, for Tanner Glass, 6 games appeared in for relief. First one as a start, as the first pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Corey Miley at the plate. Before we get to him, just a little more on Tanner Glass. The longest he's gone in a relief appearance was 4 2/3. That was against the Michigan Monarchs back on June 22nd as Corey Miley swings and fouls on over to the large crowd to our left. But a side disappointment as it went over the grandstands of where they're sitting. And now the count is at no balls and 2 strikes to Corey Miley.
Well, with the ball they're waiting for, I'm sure they'll get one at some point today.
Some way, somehow. Could chase one down.
Yeah, they could do that too. They might have to knock a kid over to do it.
The 0-2 pitch misses high and away for a ball, 1-2. Now, I know I heard on the announcements in the beginning, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time that you can keep the foul balls.
Oh, I didn't hear.
I thought you had to return it to the first base dugout, but
I guess we have a surplus of balls for the game this evening. I don't know.
1-2 pitch misses high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the batter, Corey Miley. Miley from Cincinnati, Ohio, 5'10", 160 pounds. Batting .500 on the year. This is his 3rd game started this season. Previous 2 games came against the Richmond Jazz. Picked up 2 hits in both those games, 2 for 3, and another one as a ground ball over towards the third baseman. Miscommunication, and no one's covering third base. Taking third is Brock Mathis. Corey Miley with the infield single. Kyle Gammon ran in front of Phil Glasser. Miscommunication between the 2 teammates, brand new. And now there are runners at the corners again with 1 out for Tanner Glass here in the top of the 2nd inning.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of not used to playing with each other over there as Glasser and Gammon both charged that ball and they kind of collided. It would have been a tough play to have at first. It was such a slow roller, but at least you wouldn't have had that runner over at third base like he is now.
9 batter Griffin Kane at the plate. Kane also from Cincinnati, Ohio, as he swings at the first pitch. He rolls it up the first base line. Zion Avery touches it foul. 0-1. Griffin Kane batting .239. 16 hits, 67 at-bats, 15 runs scored, 5 RBIs. Has a good chance here with a runner on third. Against the Copperheads yesterday, went 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. As the 0-1 pitch swung on, a ground ball through the hole on the right side and in for a base hit. Coming in to score is Brock Mathis. Going from first to second is Corey Miley. And standing on first with the RBI single, the first RBI of the game, is Griffin Kane.
Yeah, Kane picking up where he left off in the ball game yesterday. A couple of doubles for the Joes. He was one of the only guys that could get any contact against Jack Benny. Doesn't try to do too much. Keeps his hands inside of that pitch. Gets it through the hole between first and second as the infield was kind of drawn in with that runner on third. But the Joes jump out to a lead in this one.
1-0 lead for the Hamilton Joes. Their first lead in this 3-game series as the first pitch off speed to Marshall Rich bounces in the turf. 1 ball and no strikes. Last time up for Marshall Rich, it was an error charged to the third baseman Gammond. Gammond threw the ball a little bit too high for first baseman Zion Avery to reach. Avery had to jump and receive the ball. By the time he did that, Rich was already on base. The 1-0 pitch, line drive through the hole on the left side this time as Jared Hurd has it out in the outfield. A strong throw going to home, blocked in front of home plate and up third base line by Tanner Johnson. It is back-to-back-to-back hits. All singles, Corey Miley, Griffin Kane, and now Marshall Rich. Bases loaded here in the top of the second inning. Tanner Johnson, who came into the day with a .47 ERA, that is threatening now. Tanner Glass trying to work out of some trouble here in the top of the second inning. The pitch to Tanner Johnson swung on, line drive out into right field, caught by the right fielder Ty Crittenberger. The throw goes through the first baseman, and it was up the first base line. So Johnson did not have a play behind the plate. It's an RBI single for Brennan Gick, and there are 2 outs, or an RBI, a sacrifice fly for Brennan Gick. 2 outs, top of the second. Hamilton Joes with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, just not trying to do too much. You get a runner on third, less than 1 out. So all you got to do is lift a fly ball to try to get an RBI. It looked like Ty might have had a play out there in right field for a second. But the catch is made. Throws a little bit up the line. Easy run there as Joes have 2 now in this inning.
First pitch in for a called strike to Preston Miller. 0-1. So coming into score is Corey Miley, the second run of the game on the sacrifice fly from Brennan Gick out into right field. 1-1 the count. Miller today in his first at-bat in the top of the first flew out to center field. 0 for 1 on the day. Does have 16 RBIs. As he swings and flies this one out into right field. Ranging back is Ty Crittenberger. It gets over his head and 1 hops the Ohio Health Blennis Hospital sign. Going to second base with a double. Here's Preston Miller. It's a 2 RBI double. The Hamilton Joes extend their lead. It's now 4-0 Hamilton Joes.
Yeah, just a deep fly ball out there in the right field. Thought it might have a chance to get out of there for a second the way Crittenberger was playing it, but it 1 hops the wall. Those 2 runners moving on contact with 2 outs, so the guy from first is able to come all the way around from first to score as well as the guy from second. And, it's a rough inning here for Glass.
No, the errors do not help. It was miscommunication between Gammon and Glasser. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning where the Hamilton Joes have put up a 4 spot on Tanner Glass. The 1-0 pitch misses outside to Jake Cates. Cates 0 for 1 today with a fly ball to right field. 2-0 the count with 2 outs.
If you're Glass, you just want to try to get out of this inning, limit the damage. You got the bats in the dugout that can battle back from a 4-run deficit.
High fly ball out into right center field, ranging back, and this one is caught at the wall. Lucas Nasanti sacrifices himself, bangs up against the wall, and makes the catch to put the top of the second to rest. Tips of the caps everywhere coming out of the Southern Ohio Copperheads dugouts. Tremendous play by Lucas Nasanti. We're headed to the bottom of the second. Unfortunately for the Copperheads, 4 runs came against Tanner Glass. Copperheads will send bats to the plate in the home half of the second. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Bottom of the second inning, it was a fantastic play made by Lucas Nasanti to close the doors on the Hamilton Joes in the top of the second. They scored 4 against Tanner Glass. The Copperheads will look just to get their first hit today. Nasanti, Iverson, and Fabic all went down in the bottom of the first. It'll be Zion Avery, Tanner Johnson, and Phil Glasser due up for the Copperheads in the home half of the second inning. Hamilton Joes 4, Copperheads nothing as a first pitch to Zion Avery is taken in for a called strike, 0-1. Avery, a .263 hitter, 20 hits, 76 at-bats, 13 runs, 15 RBIs. As Jack Myers from the windups ready, the 0-1. Bounces in the turf and gets a little bit away from Rich. Gives up the count of 1 apiece. Copperheads on this last stretch before All-Star Weekend and getting near the end of the regular season in the GLSCOs. 1-1 is a cue shot over towards second baseman Miley. He backhands it and throws over to first in time for the first outs in the bottom of the second inning. As we get closer to the end of regulation, Copperheads will be paying attention to the Xenia Scouts Cincinnati Steam game as well as Richmond Jazz and Licking County, both teams ahead of the Copperheads as it's a battle for the #1 seed.
Well, that it is, but first you got to handle your own business, and obviously down 4-0 right now.
The only thing they can do, as the first pitch was swung on and missed by Tanner Johnson, 0-1.
I mean, when it comes to being down 4-0, the Copperheads, the way they've been hitting the ball over this past stretch of games.
0-1 taken a bit high.
You know, they can very easily battle back from a 4-run deficit. We've seen them, you know, not that long ago put up 15-10 against the Steam. You know, it's been a high-powered offense all season long.
1-1 pitch is punched inside out, going towards right field, and ranging over to make the basket catch is Wade Miley. As Miley makes the catch, the second baseman. And 2 outs now in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, it's not an easy play from second baseman. Have to turn your back and run like that to the ball, but he reaches out, calls off his first baseman and right fielder. Makes the play. It's Copperheads. Not a lot of hard contact so far off of Myers.
Yeah, Myers' first start, 2.62 ERA. As the first pitch to Phil Glasser misses for a ball. Glasser batting .267, 13 RBIs this year for the shortstop. Has 5 extra base hits, all for doubles. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled out towards the left side and out of play. Count is even a 1-1 strike. The Copperheads on a 3-game winning streak coming into today's game, down by 4 here in the bottom of the second as the Jack Myers pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 catches the outside corner. And now Phil Glasser will battle with the 2-2 count. Glasser has hit in 16 runs. As the 2-2 pitch taken outside, ball 3. The count is run full to Phil Glasser. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, with the Hamilton Joes leading the Copperheads 4-0. The payoff pitch is swung on, a slow roller over towards second baseman, taking on a couple hops as Miley, the throw in time, and the side is retired at the end of 2. Copperheads go down 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll be right back in the top of the third. Copperheads trailing the Hamilton Joes 4-0 right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens, keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Top of the third inning, Hamilton Joes with a 4-0 lead over the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads took the game yesterday by a score of 6-1. A 3-run top of the ninth inning secured that victory. It was 3-1, but Nick Kaiser came in, shut the door. Got the first victory of the season for the Copperheads against the Joes as the first pitch misses high and away to Logan Thomason. Thomason 0 for 1 today with a line out to center field. Lucas Nasanti has been all over the place today as he 1-0 misses out, or catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch from Glass misses high and inside. 2 balls and a strike now. As for Thompson, batting .253 on the season. There's a final out in the top of the first as the 2-1 pitch misses high and inside. And Tanner Glass is in danger of walking his third batter here with a 3-1 count.
Yeah, just been struggling to find the zone so far in this start, and when he has, the balls have been hit pretty hard all over the place.
Ball 4 taken, and he does walk his third batter. Tanner Glass, 3 walked batsmen on the day as we're here in the top of the third inning. Leadoff man gets on base for the Hamilton Joes, and Avery Jannings strolls up to the plate.
And for Glass, you just got to settle down and, get back to what's made you so successful in your first few outings. Obviously, you have not used to starting so far this season. He came with a .47 ERA. Hasn't given up a lot of runs or a lot of hard contact, that is, this year.
First pitch in for a called strike to Avery Janning. Janning flew out to right field his last time up. Ty Krittenberger making a good catch. 0-1 the count. Tanner Glass from the stretch he deals, misses outside. Count is even at 1. Last time on the mound for Tanner Glass was against the Cincinnati Steam, where Glass pitched 2 innings, gave up a walk, and struck out 3 batters. In a 15-4 win, as on the move was Logan Thomason. The ball was grounded over towards third. A strong throw by Kyle Gammon, the new Copperhead, gets Avery Janning by a step, and now there's 1 out with a runner on second base.
Yeah, and obviously you're not going to get 2 with the runner in motion there, so nice job by Gammon as he, squared that ball up. Nice easy throw over to first. Unlike his last one that sailed high, he got charged with an error, but Hopefully Gammon can start to settle in a little bit for the Copperheads.
Well, Gammon has yet to come to the plate yet for the Copperheads. As the first pitch, another ground ball over to Gammon. This one gets under his glove. Phil Glasser gets the ball behind him. The dive is not in time. Safe at third is a call by Logan Thomason. So Thomason takes third base, and the ground ball that gets through the third baseman Gammon. Backing up was Phil Glasser. By the time Glasser got the ball back to Gammon, Gammon wasn't anywhere near the bag. Tried to dive, couldn't get him. Runners are at the corners again for the third straight inning against Tanner Glass.
Yeah, just a tough one. It looked like Gammon had it set up, but it just gets away from, looked like it kicked off the heel of his glove. He's going to get charged with another error. The runners at the corners again. Glass been dealing with a lot of traffic so far in these first 3 innings.
First pitch to Corey Miley, missed for a ball. Corey Miley started this string of singles against Glass in the top of the second inning. It was Miley, Kane, then Rich, all with singles. 1-0, the pitch misses inside, 2-0. Taking second base on the defensive indifference is Brock Mathis. Now there are 2 runners in scoring position for the Hamilton Joes here in the top of the third inning. The count, infield brought in. Fastball from Glass, misses outside. 3 balls and no strikes.
And a walk here is not necessarily the end of the world. You have first base open now with that runner taking off. Perhaps can set up a double play for you to try to get out of this inning.
Glass's pitch from the stretch misses outside, and he does walk him. 4th walk allowed by Tanner Glass. Has not struck out any batter for the Hamilton Joes yet. Bases are loaded in the top of the third inning with only 1 out.
And of course, a mound visit coming, not from Coach Dunphy or anything like that. It's just Tanner Johnson and a couple of the infielders trying to settle Glass down as they know he can pitch. As we mentioned before, came with a very good ERA in the season. Just hasn't had the stuff so far through these first 3 innings.
Yeah, an unusual appearance for Tanner Glass, who's making his first start. Glass again came in with the .47 ERA. Had been effective. Has not given up a run since the Michigan Monarchs on the 22nd. So he gave up 4 runs. His first pitch, ground ball right back to Glass. The throw to home is in time. The throw over to first. Gets the batter, Griffin Kane, by a step. It's a 1-2-2-3 double play. 1-2-3 double play retires things here in the top of the third inning. No runs come across. Hamilton Joes hang on to their 4-0 lead as the Southern Ohio Copperheads will go to the plate in the home half of the third. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to...
Bottom of the third inning, Ty Crittensberger's music starts to play as he'll lead things off. Copperheads down by 4. Here in the bottom third, it'll be Crittenberger, Kyle Gammond, and Jared Hurd. The bottom third of the lineup for the Copperheads. They've been sat down 1-2-3 in the first and second. First plate appearance for Ty Crittenberger. And for the bottom third in today's game, Jack Myers, a 6'7" righty. First pitch to Crittenberger, hits the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Crittenberger batting .264 this season. 14 hits, 13 runs, 6 RBIs. Last pitch from Myers missed for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ty's been really coming along as of late as
1-1 swung on and fouled right back into the leg of Crittenberger. Puts the count at 1-2.
his average was as low as 176 at one point on the season. Now he's all the way up to 264. Been seeing the ball real well over this past stretch of games. And of course, he's been tremendous in the outfield all season long for the Copperheads.
Time called by Crittenberger at the plate. Myers was already in the motion, but he'll just hold off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, bottom third. The pitch from Myers is swung on, grounded over to the third baseman Janning, who throws across and just got him by a step. 1 away here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, just got him is right. Look at a bang-bang play over there. Thought Ty might have at least drawn a tie. And I mean, they usually say tie goes to runner. It's not an official rule in baseball, but I thought Ty might have gotten in there just a split second for the throw, but called out by Anthony Sheets out there on the base paths. Copperheads still don't have a hit yet.
Copperheads hitless through 2 1/3 as the first pitch to the new guy, Kyle Gammond, misses high for a ball. Gammond has been charged with 3 errors in today's game before he's come to the plate, as a 1-0 pitch is taken in for a called strike, 1-1. So a little bit of nervousness outfielding. And as a 1-1 pitch comes in and hits Gammond. And what a better way to introduce him to the Copperheads lineup, the 52nd hit by pitch on the season.
And still league leading, as since you joined the Copperheads, you're going to get hit at some point, so why not make it in your first at-bat, get out of the way. Pitch gets away from Myers, runs inside to Gammon. He takes it right in the back. Copperheads will finally get a base runner through this first time through the order.
Well, first base runner has reached base with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Hamilton Joe's 4, Copperheads nothing as Jared Hurd stands in. First pitch to Hurd, in for a called strike, 0-1. Hurd batting .269, 14 hits and 52 at-bats, 11 runs, 17 RBIs. Has an extra base hit in each of the categories, 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs, 13 walks and 12 strikeouts. As a check over to Gammond at first, he goes back sliding safely. Count remains at 0-1.
Yeah, Jared Hurd's another one who's come along real nicely, much like Crittenberger. Jared's average was under 100 at one point this year, but done a real nice job to get that back over.
Pitch missed for a ball.
Back over the Mendoza line, well over. Now batting at 260s, as you said. But he's up there in the lead with RBIs on the team now as well, up there with Daniel Cruz and Sebastian Fabic.
As 1-1 is swung on and missed by Jared Hurd. Brings the count to 1-2 with 1 down here in the bottom of the third inning. Runner on first base, the first base runner for the Copperheads. That's Kyle Gammon, who was hit by a pitch, the 52nd hit by pitch of the season. Next closest, looks like Muskegon Clippers at 47. As 1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the first strikeout recorded of the game, with 2 away now in the bottom of the third inning.
Yep, just blew the fastball right by Hurd on that one, just a tick behind it, unable to make contact with 2 strikes. He sat down as Myers. Been pretty successful this first time through the Copperheads order. We'll see if they can start to string the hits together this second time as we turn back to the top of the order.
Lucas DeSanti, he flew out to the first baseman his last time up as he watches the first pitch go out in for a called strike. The check down to first base from the catcher, Rich. Kyle Gammon goes back safely as the ball was thrown towards the right side of the bag and in foul territory. So Miller had no play. Call the strike. 0-1 is a slow roller that's fouled off of Nasanti's leg. Bouncing around up the first base line, Nasanti takes a knee. So painful foul ball. Count goes to 0-2.
Yeah, I'm going to try to walk it off. You see he's still kind of stumbling around a little bit. That one caught him right up on the shin. Of course, no protection down there for Nasanti.
Well, for Nasanti, he's been banged up a little bit today. Made a tremendous play out in center field, but a hit against the wall. Now just a foul ball off his leg. Scoreboard has it at 1-1. Home plate umpire Clark Husky's got it at 0-2. As now the 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Nasanti, very tough to strike out. I mentioned this in this first at-bat. Fighting off pitches in this 0-2 count, trying to stay alive, keep this inning going. Try to get the big boys behind him and Iverson and Fabic a chance to hit in this inning with a couple runners on.
With one on base, the 0-2 pitch is swung on and popped high into the infield, ranging behind second base, and now over towards his right is the second baseman Miley, who makes the two-hand catch. And the third inning has come to an end. No runs for the Copperheads. They get their first base runner, a Kyle Gammons hit by pitch, but nothing else going for him as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Joe Medor will have you for play-by-play. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Well, it's top of the fourth here. Hamilton Joes holding on to a 4-0 lead over the Copperheads. They played at 4 back in the second inning. Copperheads have been held scoreless and hitless through the first 3. As we at the top of the order due up, Marshall Rich, the catcher, as so far on the day. Marshall Rich, 0 for 1. As it reached on an error in his first at-bat, got stranded, then reached via the walk. First pitch into him comes high and inside for a ball from Tanner Glass. Now out for his 4th inning on the mound. So it'll be a 1-0 count to him as Copperheads have a chance at a 4th consecutive victory if they can win this game here today. That pitch is roped out in the left field. Coming in is Jared Hurd. He dives and he fields it on a hop. Has tried to make a nice catch out there, did Hurd, but it bounced before it got into his glove. So it'll be a single for Marshall Rich, his first hit of the game. Leadoff man on here in the top of the 4th.
Well, for Jared Hurd out in left field, he rose his glove as if to say, hey, look what I got. But he trapped it. Ball bounced first. Nice try. But it'll be going down as a single.
So now it'll be the center fielder, Brennan Gick. First pitch into him from Glass, misses outside for a ball, 1-0. As Gick so far in the ball game today is 0 for, as he walked in his first at-bat, then had a sac fly RBIs last time up as 1-0 pitch bounced into Tanner Johnson and gets away from him. Moving up the second base is Marshall Rich. He takes a big turn around second, but that's where he'll stop. So it'll be a 2-0 count now to Gick and a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in this 4th inning.
Now, just inning after inning, Tanner Glass has had to deal with a couple runners on the base paths. It's been tough for him. He's only given up those 4 runs in the top of the second. He's gone through 2 scoreless.
That 2-0 pitch is crushed out in the right field to get over the head of Ty Crittenberger and all the way to the wall. Waiting to tag was Marshall Rich. Now he'll be sent home. Pulling in the second is Brennan Gick. That's where he'll stop. It'll be a second RBI on the ball game. An RBI double for Brennan Gick. The Joes add another to the lead. It's now 5-0 here in the top of the 4th. So Gick has his first hit of the ball game, 5th in the game for the Hamilton Joes. As now it'll be Preston Miller, the first baseman, digging in. And it looks like I'm having a guest join me here on the broadcast on his day off. Scott Combs join us in the booth. Scott, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. You know, just watching a baseball game.
Yeah, same.
Much like you are, right?
It's a hot one today.
yeah, just a little bit. It's been hot like this whole past week. Especially down there on that turf you guys got to play on.
Yeah, it gets warm. Trust me.
So a runner on second base. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside for a ball. It'll be a 1-1 count. As Scott Combs, one of the couple returning guys on the team this year. What's it like having another summer in Athens?
It's great, man. I mean, I came back for a reason. It's a great environment. All the I mean, we got a ton of people out here today.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a great environment. Really fun to play, and, you know, the city here in Athens is great. So
1-1 pitch.
Easy choice to come back.
Misses up high for a ball, 2-1. Now you play at Michigan State. A lot of your few of your teammates play for the Copperheads this summer. Has that kind of helped made it a little bit easier for you to transition over the summer, knowing so many guys that play?
Yeah, it was great. You know, I was with Joe Stewart last year. He's at Michigan State, obviously, but you know, having a couple more guys come this year was really fun. You know, Reese and Zach we're all really close, so it's a great time.
It's a 3-1 count now into the hitter, Preston Miller, with a runner on second base. Joe's holding on to a 5-0 lead here in the top of the fourth. That 3-1 pitch is roped down the line and fair down the left field line. Will get all the way to the wall. Coming in to score is Brennan Gick, pulling into second with an RBI double is Preston Miller. Back-to-back doubles. Played a second run for the Joes this inning. It's now 6-0 here in the top of the fourth. So Scott, a little bit of a rough game so far in this one, but you guys have been pretty much on fire here as of late. You got off to a little bit of the rough start at 4-8, but now you're in a position you can very easily make the playoffs. You guys kind of control your own destiny here. So tell me, what do you think about your team's chances coming down these last couple weeks here in the season?
I mean, obviously, we got a really good shot to bring the championship back here. That would be really fun. Go back-to-back, it'd be unreal. So, you know, as everybody knows, you know, we're running a little low on pitching, but, you know, if we could find some guys, we got some new guys coming in. Yesterday with Jack throwing was unreal. I mean, he threw really well on his first start, so that was good to see. We have a couple more guys coming in, so if they can throw well for us, I think our offense is good enough to, you know, make a good run. So we'll see how that goes. Absolutely.
Of course, you're an all-star selection this summer. Talk about how excited you are to experience all that.
Yeah, it was a huge honor. I was really happy about that. You know, I struggled last year a lot. Hitting was a little tough, but, you know, I came back with a new mindset, completely new swing, honestly, and got a couple hits early, and they just kind of rolled from there. So I was really happy about that. Really excited to head to Cincy with Iverson and Sebastian. So that's gonna be fun.
As that 2-1 pitch comes in the strike zone to Jake Cates for a called strike. 2-2 is the count as that runner stays out on second base. Nobody out as I'm joined by Scott Combs, one of the two Copperheads catchers this summer on his day off. As Glass comes set, checks the runner at second. Comes a 2-2 pitch, misses upstairs for a ball. 3-2. But talk about, you know, obviously you're not catching every day over the summer. So how tough is that for you to kind of, you know, keep the hits coming when you have to hit every other day rather than you get at-bats in every single night?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got to stay fresh. You got to stay in the cage, you know, swinging and your off days taking BP. But it was a little tougher for me last year, honestly, because we had 3 catchers. So it was every 2 days I was catching. So it was kind of tough to get in the rhythm. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm seeing the ball pretty well, and hopefully that'll continue. You know what I mean? So
right. As a ground out there from Jake Cates, gets the first out of the inning. Runner Preston Miller moves up to third. It'll be Logan Thomas in the shortstop now digging as that draws in the infield with a runner on third, less than 2 outs. Copperheads trying to hold this deficit to 6 as the Joes have jumped out to an early 6-0 lead here at Bob Wren Stadium. As first pitch into Thomason is cut on and missed for a strike 0-1. As obviously in the summer, being a catcher, you come in and you get a lot of guys that obviously you've never caught before. So talk about how tough it is to kind of learn the tendencies of the guys. And, you know, talk about how that process goes for you.
Yeah, you know, catching everybody for the first time is definitely tough. I'll make that play, Phil. Oh, boy.
As an infield
he's out
grounder to Phil Glasser, the drawn in infield. He makes the play. A little bit of a high throw, pulls Zion Avery off the bag, but he's able to make the tag over at first base. Runner stays at third, 2 outs now.
Yeah, so, catching everybody for the first time is a little weird, but, we get here early enough that usually we have a couple practices before the season. You can see some tendencies out of guys. And then after you catch them for an inning or two, you can see what they're throwing well, what they're not, what they like to go to and stuff like that. So, yeah, at first it's a little weird, but you definitely get used to it. I mean, it's fine with how it is. So,
of course, you guys have had a lot of success out there on the mound despite the lack of pitchers this year, up there in the top of the league in team ERA. So it must be a pretty fun staff to catch over the summer for you.
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of guys that can throw strikes, get outs. A couple of our pitchers that even had to go home for the summer on innings limits. They helped us out a lot. So hopefully these new guys we got coming in can continue that.
Now it's a 2-0 count to Avery Janning with 2 away here in the inning as that pitch is swung on and missed. Actually got a foul tip into the mid of Tanner Johnson, the catcher. As Tanner Johnson, one of the late additions to this team, just joining last week. Of course, I'm sure you're glad to have another catcher into the fold, kind of take a little bit of the pressure off you as a 2-1 pitch is lined out into left field. And now we'll get in there for a base hit. It'll be an RBI single for Avery Janning. As now the Joes will have a touchdown and an extra point lead. It's 7-0 over the Copperheads here in the top of the fourth. As with that, it will be Brock Mathis, the DH, due up. But you mentioned, the atmosphere here in Athens is not much like other summer ball teams. You get crowds like this that come out every night. Of course, I'm sure that helps you stroll into the ballpark and get ready to play every day.
Yeah, definitely. The fans here are great. They're always engaged in the game, and they're doing all the promotions and everything. So it's a really, really fun atmosphere, especially like this when we get a lot of people. And I know the other day when we had firework night, there were a ton of people there. So days like those, you come to the park and you're like, I want to play today. This is going to be really fun. Yeah. As
1-0 pitch catches the outside corner in the Mathis for a strike. 1-1 the count now with 2 away here in the inning. Runner leads off first base. Avery Janning just picked up an RBI single to push this Joes lead out to 7-0. As the 1-1 pitch in from Glass comes in, catches at the letters for a strike. 1-2 the count now. As Glass trying to limit the damage done here. 3 runs already across in this top of the fourth inning. As he looks in. Now takes a step off the mound. Now comes set. 1-2 pitch home. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Tanner Glass able to stop the bleeding here in this inning. We head into the bottom of the fourth. Copperheads got some work to do with the bats. Scott Combs, you going to stay on for another half inning?
Yeah, I can. No problem.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
So when we return here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back here at Bob Wren Stadium for the bottom of the fourth inning, still joined by one of the Copperheads catchers, Scott Combs, as he took time out of his off day to come into the booth with us. As will be one of his teammates in the spring, Zach Iverson, leading off this inning, followed by Sebastian Fabic and Zion Avery as the Copperheads try to put a dent into this 7-run lead for the Hamilton Joes. as the Copperheads won game one of this three-game series, 6-1 yesterday. As the first pitch into Zach Iverson will be taken low for a ball, 1-0.
Iverson's using my cleats today, so let's see if he can get a hit.
What, he just forgot his? Is that what happened
No,
there?
he had to keep the swag going, so he's wearing tweeners today, and he didn't want his high top cleats. So I was like, sure, you can wear mine, man.
1-0 pitch is fouled away by Iverson, 1-1. As Zach, one of those guys this year, you know, I've been told several times, not really a pitcher in the spring, but he has absolutely been dominant in this league this summer.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've caught him over the fall in practice and stuff, and he's always thrown really well. But yeah, we haven't really used him that much in the spring, just because obviously we have a full staff.
Right.
So he's our starting third baseman, so he plays third base all the time. But he will come in and pitch for us occasionally. But after this summer, I wouldn't be surprised to see him pitch a lot more.
Right. And it's tough to ignore.
Yeah.
He's second in the league in ERA, leads in strikeouts. Been really fun to watch and broadcast him all season long as he draws a leadoff walk here on the 3-1 pitch, misses outside. So the Copperheads have a base runner trying to rally here, down 7 in the bottom of the fourth.
Let's see if Seb can stay hot here, man. This guy's been raking this summer.
Yeah, that's another thing that's been really fun to watch. I mean, we've been kind of waiting all season long. It's like, okay, he's hitting 400.
Yeah.
Eventually, you know he's going to tamper off at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
And just when you think he's starting to go downhill, he'll have like a 4-hit game, and you're just like, man.
It's crazy. I mean, it's really cool to watch because he just stays hot throughout the whole summer, and it's crazy.
Of course, you played against him last year as he was on the Cincinnati Steam for the summer. As the first pitch into him misses low for a ball, 1-0. Fabic lined out to right field in this first at-bat, and this one 0 for 1 so far. Copperheads looking for their first hit off Jack Myers. As the 1-0 pitch comes in, swung on and chopped to third, could be 2, throw on to second for 1, back over to first is in time. And the double play is rolled after the leadoff walk. Zach Iverson erased from the base pass, quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth. So now it'll be Zion Avery, Sebastian Fabic's teammate in the spring. As you ever had aspirations to be a broadcaster at all, Scott?
Never really thought about it, but I mean, you guys up here are great up here, man. Make it fun to listen to. So maybe you guys will encourage me to do it. But I don't know. You're more brave than I am. I get nervous when I'm on here. I can't do it the whole time.
As first pitch into Zion Avery, catches outside for a strike going 1. I mean, I tell people all the time, I mean, I broadcast a lot of Madden games when I was little, so I just kind of sitting down in the basement as Zion cues that one towards first, diving stop by the first baseman Miller, flip on to first in time to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down here as we head to the top of the 5th. Got Scott Combs on us. You want to stay for another inning, Scott?
Yeah, I can.
We got time for you.
Definitely.
No problem.
I'm not doing anything down there, let me tell you. So
as we head into the top of the 5th inning, it's Joe 7, Copperheads nothing on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. She is celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the...
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
As Scott Combs joining us in the booth here as we're in the top of the 5th inning. How'd you like hearing your voice on that one?
Man, it sounds awful.
Yours is actually one of the better ones, honestly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
There's been some pretty good blunders in doing that.
It took 4 or 5 takes, so I hope I got it right.
Well, I mean, all you guys did that. Some of you guys had to like type it in
Yeah.
to like read what you were saying.
This is fun, though, man. This is fun to be up here. I've never been up here during a game, so this is
Right.
cool.
And you get used to hearing your voice up here because you'll hear it through the.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we got a new pitcher on the mound taking over Tanner Glass as he goes 4 innings, gives up 7 runs, 7 hits, 3 walks. As a new pitcher, number 2, a lefty. Don't have him on the roster coming into this game.
He just got here today.
Do you know his name?
13 hours to come up here.
Really? Is he the one from Florida
Yeah,
that
he's
was
from
hearing
Florida.
about? Do you know his name?
I honestly have not caught his name yet.
I guess.
He pulled up today, walked right in, and Coach Dunphy said, "Hey, you're pitching."
I guess we might both be in trouble
Yeah,
then.
I'm
Let's try to pull up the roster here
sorry,
real quick.
but I didn't even catch it.
No, it's fine. I'm usually the last to figure out stuff anyway, so.
Yeah.
As it's
Micah, that's right.
Micah Craighauser. Hope I'm getting that one right. That's the first time he enters the ball game as, of course, Copperheads trying to add some arms here as they push for the playoffs through these last few weeks of the season. First pitch, catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1 into the 8th batter, Wade Miley for the Hamilton Joes. As the 0-1 pitch will miss just a bit high and outside for a ball, evens up the count at 1.
Believe it or not, this is our first left-handed pitcher we've had all
I know. I remember coming in as the 1-1 pitch from Craighauser's popped up in the infield. Looks like Zion Avery or Tanner Johnson will call it. It will be Zion Avery, the first baseman. He makes the play a couple steps from the Nicholson family turf sign for the first out of the inning. So Craighauser retires the first batter he faces, 1 away now in the top of the 5th. But yeah, I remember looking at the roster when we first got here. I was like, man, we don't have a left-handed pitcher yet.
Crazy.
We had Alex Jarrell for like a game. I think he was a lefty.
Yeah.
But then he didn't stick around for the summer as first pitch in is a breaking ball fouled off behind home plate 0-1 into Griffin Kane, the 9-hitter. As for Craighauser, we know he wears number 2, and I know he drove here from Florida today as the 0-1 pitch misses up high for a ball, 1-1. But a quick turnaround for him. 13-hour drive. Now he's out here on the mound in the ball game as the 1-1 pitch misses outside for a ball, 2-1. As a 2-1 pitch comes in, breaking ball, grounded out towards first. Zion Avery will field it on a hop, flip on to the pitcher covering, but diving into first base is Griffin Kane, so he'll have an infield single with 1 away here in the inning. So the first hit surrendered by Craighauser's in the infield on a slow roller, kind of an unlucky play there as Kane goes diving into first to beat out the pitcher covering. Now the lineup turns over to Marshall Rich, the catcher. As the first pitch into him will miss inside for a ball, 1-0. So I'm joined here by Scott Combs. Combs, what do you think your favorite part of the whole summer ball experience is, now this being your second year doing it?
That's a great question. I mean, if we're going to go throughout the whole 2 years, I'd have to say the championship.
Right.
When we won the championship. And actually, I was really happy because no one ever wants to be taken out of the game, but as slow as I am, I was taken out of the game to get pinch ran for. And so I was in the dugout before we won, and I got to jump on top of the dog pile instead of being on the bottom. So I feel like it was a lot more fun doing that than.
Has a 2-0 pitch lined out into center field, ranging over to right center field. Lucas Salty, he dives, and he's unable to make the catch that bounces away from him. Now Ty Krinberger picks it up, throws it into second base, not in time. That's a heck of an effort out there by Lucas Nasanti, but just unable to make the catch, so it'll be a double. Runners on second and third now here in the top of the 5th with 1 away.
Luke has made some incredible plays in the outfield. That one in the, I don't know what inning it was, the first or second.
Yeah, when he jumped and hit off the wall.
That was crazy. He's got some great range out there.
Yeah, we talk about all the time. The outfield this year really has a lot of range.
Really
Not
good.
too many balls that
Really
get down.
I mean, we got 3 kids out there right now that played center, I think, for their school team.
Right.
So we got 3 center fielders out there with good range. So that's always good to have.
So now Brennan Gick will draw the infield in with one away, trying to keep those runners at second and third. The pitch comes in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Of course, Scott Combs a part of that 2018 Southern Ohio Copperheads championship team. And it's funny you mentioned you getting pinch ran for, because I remember when you stole that base against Xenia a couple ball games ago, and you got on first, and the pitcher tried to pick you off. I remember us up here saying, it's like, not really a threat to go with Scott Combs, and you like took off on the next pitch.
Yeah, I've been talking to Coach Blatchford the whole season. He was like, you got to get one. And the way that kid was throwing, he had a really high leg kick. And I looked at him right before, and I said, hey, I'm going right here. And he picked up his leg, and I went, and I almost still got thrown out. So.
But you're 1 for 1
Yeah.
on the season.
1 for 1 and
batting 1,000.
All of college. I'll never steal one again. I'll let you know that right now.
That's an 0-2 count now into Brennan Gick, and he'll run inside and hit him. As first base was open, but don't want to hit a batter up in the count 0-2. So now the bases will be loaded with still one away in the inning for Preston Miller, the first baseman. But I can also recall, I think it was in the Steam series, you hit a ball off the wall, and you got down to first, and Coach Blatchford was kind of stomping his feet at you, trying to, yeah.
Yeah, I hit one in the left field corner, rounded first. I was like, wow, I really just hit a single off the wall. That's bad. But, you know.
You'll take the single.
Yeah.
Well, bases are loaded now for Preston Miller as first pitch into him swung on and fouled away down the first baseline. And out of play, 0-1 is the count. But you guys got enough fast guys this year. You don't have to worry about stealing too much.
Yeah, we have a lot of team speed.
Yeah. But 0-1 is the count now. As bases are loaded, Joe's threatening to add on to this 7-0 lead here in this top half of the 5th inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch.
Good work,
Real miss
Tanner. Really
inside to Preston Miller.
Really good block by Tanner.
So 1-1 is the count now. You mentioned really good block is obviously a big part of your game as a catcher. You kind of control everything. So how important is it that you work on your defense as much as all the other aspects of your game?
Yeah, I mean, especially with how I hit last year and then a little bit of the spring, I've tried to pride myself on my defense as much as I can, and then have the offense come along as it does. But yeah, I really try to key in on my defense, make sure that's solid over anything, because you know, catching is one of those positions where defense comes first. You know, offense isn't really a huge. It's not a huge. I can't think of the word. I'm sorry.
You're good.
It's not really the biggest part of the game for you, so you know what I mean.
Right. Well, 3-1's a count out of Preston Miller. Has nowhere to put him with the bases loaded. Here comes the pitch from Craig Hosser. Comes right down the middle, grounded towards short, towards Phil Glasser. On to second, 4-1, back over to first, not in time. So the run will come in to score. It'll be 8-0, but an out is recorded at second base. 2 away now in the inning, runners on the corners. And it sounds like Jake Cates is the hot dog batter. So if he strikes out, it's dollar hot dogs the rest of the inning.
I'll tell you what, I'll go get one.
That's what I always say. I mean, we never get ours up here.
Yeah, I'll bring you guys one. Don't worry.
Hey.
Yeah.
If
he strikes out, I'll come back up here with 2 hot dogs, 3 hot dogs for you guys, and I'll bring you guys one.
So lefty-lefty matchup here as pickoff attempt over to first. Just trying to keep Miller close to the bag over there. As now will come home with the pitch. He will catch or miss the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. So the Copperheads trail 8-0 here against the Hamilton Joes with runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. As Micah Krayhauser in his first outing with the team 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. But as we were talking about earlier, just drove up here from Florida, 13 hours to be here for tonight's game. And already out there on the mound. As the 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled a long way out of play down the left field line. Up in the count now is Craig Hauser at 1-2.
Here we go. Strike them out right here. Hot dogs for you guys.
As there always seems to be an uproar in the crowd whenever the hot dog batter comes up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
sometimes I get it makes you kind of mad because the pitcher's trying to strike him out so bad. It's like, man, just throw strikes.
As a 1-2 pitch, the breaking ball misses up high to even up the count at 2. Yeah, I'm sure you know as a catcher behind the plate as well.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure put on you
Yeah.
trying to call
Yeah, it is.
a strikeout.
I always wondered if I hope it never happens, but I always wonder if he strikes out and they throw a wild pitch or something. Does it still count?
Yeah, that's right. 2-2 pitch swung on and grounded towards first base, diving is Zion Avery, but it gets through into the outfield. 1 run coming in to score, moving up to third is Preston Miller pulling into second. Now is Jake Cates. Another run comes in to score. It's 9-0. Runners on second and third. And it sounds like we're really trying to give out dollar hot dogs. We got another hot dog hitter now.
Deal still stands, man.
I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Hey.
Don't worry. We just need our strikeout now. Let's get
That's
one
right.
here.
Now it's Logan Thomason, the shortstop, batting in the 5-hole in today's ball game. As first pitch into him comes in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. As all season long, has it been you calling the pitches, or has Coach Dunphy ever?
Yeah, he gives us free reign. We get to call the pitches. So I think that's huge for us, developing as catchers to know how to call the game.
As the 0-1 pitch grounded out towards short, Phil Glasser throws it on to first in time to retire the side of the inning. Out before the Joes tack on 2 more to make the lead 9-0. As Scott Combs will join us for one more half inning in the bottom of the 5th when we return on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from
Bottom of the 5th here, leading off is Tanner Johnson, the catcher. His first pitch into him, a swung on and foul down the first baseline, or third baseline, 0-1 is the count as his counterpart Scott Combs joins me in the booth up here on his off day. So I'm sure you were a little bit worried when Chris Gambert went down when there was no other catcher on the roster.
Yeah, we actually he had been Coach Dunphy had been planning for another catcher to come in for a little bit. So yeah, when Chris went down, I was really sad because I like Chris a lot. He was a great guy. good catcher. So get down.
As that pitch is looped out into center field, and it will fall in for a base hit. Turning around first, heading into second is Tanner Johnson. He'll have the first hit of the ball game for the Copperheads with a double here to lead off the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, like I said, though, Chris was great catcher, great guy. Swung it really well, so it was tough to see him go. But Tanner stepped up big, come in here and stepped up really good. So.
Yeah, I remember there was that stretch of games you had to catch 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And, of course, out there in Galleon as well as up in Canada.
Yeah. I was, trust me, I was tired.
As first pitch into Phil Glasser is swung on and fouled a long way down the left field line and out of play, 0-1. But Tanner luckily came in for you. That weekend series gave you a little bit of rest.
Yeah, definitely.
As he's had a strong bat ever since joining the team just last weekend.
Yeah, he swings well.
As the 0-1 into Phil Glasser swung on and looped out into center field, ranging over the center fielder Brendan Gick. But calling him off is the left fielder Jake Cates. He'll make the catch in left center field. 1 away now in the inning with a runner remaining on second base. But I'm sure a lot of teams in your position could have easily folded. Of course, you guys just had 16 over the weekend playing the first place team, but you guys came out and just had the bats going. You score 15 and then 10 against the Steam and take 2 or 3 against them.
Yeah, that was really encouraging. They're a really good team. They got really good players, so it was good to see. It gives us a little bit of hope moving forward.
As now just in third place. As first pitch into Ty Krittenberger, taken for a strike, 0-1. As if the playoffs were today, you guys would find yourselves with a spot.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're not there yet. So, as the 0-1 pitch into Ty Krittenberger swung and lined out into center field. Lining up is Brennan Gick. He will make the catch. Tagging up for third is Tanner Johnson. He will be in standing safely. So Krittenberger hits that ball hard up the middle, but right at Brennan Gick. But moving up to third with 2 away is Tanner Johnson here in the bottom of the 5th.
Can't catch a break today. We've hit a couple balls really hard right at people.
Yeah, and Ty's one of those guys who was always hitting the ball hard. Sometimes struggles to find the gas, but the bat has really come along for him as of late.
Yeah, he's been swinging really well.
He's a hard-working guy. You'll see him out there in the batting cages after the game, before the game.
Yeah.
Always working on his swing. It's Ty Krittenberger out of Pompano, Florida, going to Polk State College in the spring. And now be one of the new guys out of Shawnee State. Kyle Gammon playing third base in this one as he was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. First pitch into him is taken for a strike at the knees, 0-1. As it's a 9-0 Joe's lead over the Copperheads here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As the 0-1 into Kyle Gammon runs inside and blocked by the catcher Rich. 1-1's the count now. As Copperheads trying to crack the scoreboard, they picked up their first hit in this inning. But as Scott Combs mentioned, a couple of unlucky breaks so far in this one, some hard hit balls. But none of them falling in as the 1-1 pitch misses low and away for a ball. 2-1 now to Gammon. As I'm sure we'll be seeing you in the ball game tomorrow, Scott, as you've kind of been the platoon catcher so far this year every other day.
Yep.
The 2-1 pitch comes in at the knees again for a strike, evens up the count at 2. So Jack Myers looks in, comes set, ready to deal the 2-2 pitch into Kyle Gammon. Swung on and chopped out towards Avery Janning at third base. He fields it on the hop throw on the first in time to retire the side here in the bottom of the 5th. As we head into the top of the 6th at a 9-0 score. Scott, thank you for joining us for these 2 innings.
Fun. Really fun. You guys do a great job up here, so I really appreciate it.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hopefully we get you up here again sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
Heading to the top of the 6th on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your tickets.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Top six here, Copperheads trailing this one 9-0 against the Hamilton Joes. As Jack Craighauser out on the mound for his second inning of work. As we mentioned last inning, made a 13-hour trip up from Florida to join the club. And a quick turnaround for him as that ball is swung on a line out towards short. Phil Glasser leaps up, tries to make the catch, but it gets over his outstretched glove into left field for a single. Leadoff man Avery Jennings on here in the top of the sixth inning. And that'll bring Brock Mathis, the DH, to the plate.
Well, just some hops from Phil Glasser over at short. Thought he almost could have gotten a glove on it. Might have even tipped it. But he can get up. Just couldn't get up far enough.
Yep, Phil exceptionally well in the infield for the Copperheads. As now Brock swings the first pitch and hits that one a long way foul down the left field line. 0-1 is the count. There's some tough luck for the Copperheads here in this one. 9 runs and 11 hits and no errors for the Joes. No runs and a hit and 3 errors for the Copperheads so far, as Copperheads won game 1 of this series yesterday 6-1. As the second pitch into Brock Mathis catches the inside corner for a strike. 0-2.
Well, the good news is, regardless of the result of today's game, both the Cincinnati Steam and the Licking County Settlers are losing in their games.
As that 0-2 pitch from Craighauser runs inside for a ball in the dirt, blocked by Tanner Johnson. 1-2 is the count now.
On the other side of that, Hamilton Joes would go back tied for third with the Copperheads.
So they would also hold the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Copperheads. Is currently 3-1 against them this year, on their way to 4-1. As the 1-2 pitch is lined out into right center field. Heading over is Lucas Asante. He will make the catch in the alley for the first out of the inning. Staying at first base is Avery Janning. 1 away now here in the top of the sixth.
Now batting for the Joes, the second baseman, number 21, Corey Miley.
As that will bring up Corey Miley, the second baseman. As Craighauser just trying to eat up some innings here for the Copperheads, as of course short-staffed as we mentioned. Although we're being told that there are some fresh arms coming to try to help the Copperheads push for the postseason here.
Yeah, 4 new arms are supposed to be coming in. Craighauser is one of them. And the noise coming from the press box over the sound speakers, can't really have that going on. Seems like somebody's receiving a phone call.
It sure does, and they could just disconnect their phone from the speaker.
Yeah, right. It's a wire. You just got to pull it. Or, the knob, you can just turn the volume down. That is a possibility.
Put it on vibrate as first pitch into Miley. Missed inside and low for a ball. 1-0.
Or don't they have like a snooze mode, right? Like a do not disturb, that you can't have the notifications on?
Something like that. I'm sure there is some way to figure out the issue, but it looks like we got it figured out right now, as the phone ring has not gone off for a few seconds here now. As 1-0 pitch swung on and missed by Miley. 1-1 is the count now. As Miley so far on the day is 1 for 2 as he singled, walked, and popped up as he grounds that one towards Phil Glasser. Short, could be two. Flip onto Iverson for one, and he thought that was the third out of the inning as he started trotting into the dugout. It's only out number 2. So no turn there for the Copperheads, but 2 outs in the inning now. And now Miley will be on first base.
Just an unfortunate little lapse by Iverson, not recognizing how many outs there were in the inning. It's just been that kind of day for the Copperheads today.
Well, still a runner on first, 2 away now. Trade Janning for Miley out there on first base. Now will be Griffin Kane, the right fielder, swings through the first pitch from Craig Hauser for a ball, 0-1. That's Joe's lead at 9-0 over the Cheds here in this top half of the 6th inning. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, swung on a foul back by Griffin Kane into the netting behind home plate. And he's quickly ahead on Griffin Kane, 0-2. As the 0-2 in from Craig Hauser, breaking ball, fouled off down the third base foul line and out of play. Count remains 0-2 into the 9-hole hitter for the Joes, Griffin Kane. As a runner leads off first base, Craig Hauser trying to get through his second inning of work. Here comes the 0-2 pitch into Kane. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So Craig Hauser picks up a couple of strikeouts this inning to retire the side and get into the bottom of the 6th inning. As the Joes still up 9-0 on the Copperheads. Copperheads coming up to the plate in the bottom half of the 6th when we return on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Bob Wren Stadium. As Copperheads look to wake up the bats. Only 1 hit through the first 5 trips up to the plate. As it'll be 9-1-2, Jared Hurd, Lucas Nasanti, and then Zach Iverson trying to light a spark. The Copperheads trailing 9-0 in Game 2 of this 3-game set with the Hamilton Joes. As first pitch from Jack Myers into Jared Hurd, catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. As Hurd is 0 for 1 on the day, he was retired via the strikeout his first time up. As the 0-1 pitch in from Myers hits about the same spot as the last one on the outside corner. 0-2 the count now to Jared Hurd. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on a miss, strike 3. Second time Jared Hurd is retired via the punch out. Leadoff man gone here in the bottom of the 6th.
Got a second strikeout of the day for Jared Hurd and only a second strikeout for Jack Myers. Both of them are coming against Jared Hurd. It's been a little bit of a rough day for him today, but still some baseball to play. Never know what could happen.
Well, it's been a rough day for most of this Copperheads lineup here in this one. As first pitch, Lucas Nasanti is chopped down to third towards Avery Janning. He makes a throw on the run in the dirt, picked by the first baseman, Preston Miller, just to retire Lucas Nasanti by a step. So first ball swinging was Nasanti. Almost beat it out for a single, but he'll be retired 2 up, 2 down. It's been much of a theme here for the Copperheads. Only 1 hit through the first 5+ innings against Jack Myers.
Well, Nasanti gets up quick down the line. He can beat out an infield single anywhere, but just a good play from Avery Janning at third gets him by stride.
Now it'll be Zach Iverson, the left-handed hitting second baseman. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it away. Well out of play here at Bob Wren Stadium. 0-1 the count now to Iverson. As Jack Myers making his first start on the year, and it's been a good one so far. The 0-1 pitch into Iverson took something off it. Gets him to swing through it. 0-2 the count now to Zach Iverson with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Hamilton Joes with a big lead, 9-0 over the Copperheads. They scored 4 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th, and 2 more in the 5th. 0-2 pitch into Zach Iverson. Bounces into the catcher, Marshall Rich. He blocks it. 1-2 the count now. As Myers trying to get through his 6th shutout inning. Here comes a 1-2 pitch to Iverson. Swung on and fouled back into the netting behind home plate. Iverson staying alive in the at-bat, 1-2. As now he takes a trot towards the dugout. Looks like he wants some pine tar, trying to get a better grip on his bat.
Anything that helps.
So the count remains 1-2 to Iverson, who is hitless, along with 8 other of his teammates in this one. Tanner Johnson has the only hit for the Copperheads in the ball game. Iverson has worked a walk in one of his plate appearances, as 1-2 misses outside for a ball. 2-2 the count now to Zach Iverson. But Myers kicks and deals a 2-2 to Iverson. It will miss just outside off the black and run the count full now to the Copperhead second baseman.
That's a very close pitch for Iverson to take. Borderline call, but Clark Husky thought it was outside.
Jack Myers working fast here. Full count lined out into left field, and it should fall for a base hit. Zach Iverson with a 2-out single for the Copperheads' second hit of the ball game. That'll give Sebastian Fabic a chance to hit now here with 2 away.
Well, nice line drive hit for Zach Iverson. Tries to get something started with 2 outs, and it's been a storyline of the whole season. Copperheads are capable of scoring with 2 outs. Seems like they've scored the majority of the runs.
Well, Fabic so far in the ball game 0 for 2 for the Copperheads. As he'll try to keep this inning going as Jack Myers swings at the first pitch, fouls out of play over the first base dugout. 0-1 to Sebastian Fabic. As Connor was mentioning early on in the broadcast, Copperheads currently in 3rd place in sole possession, only behind the Cincinnati Steam and the Licking County Settlers. 0-1 pitch into Sebastian Fabic, misses outside for a ball, 1-1. As Copperheads are done playing the Steam this season. They went 4-2 overall against them, took 2 out of 3 both times the teams played. Copperheads currently 1-2 against the Licking County Settlers this year. They still have another series with them. 1-1 pitch into Fabic. Big rip at the fastball, but Fabic can't make contact with it. And he's down in the count now, 1-2. As currently the Steam are losing to the Xenia Scouts 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Settlers are trailing to the Richmond Jazz 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning in that ball game. As the 1-2 pitch into Sebastian Fabic, swung on and fouled away back into the netting behind home plate. Count remains at 1-2 to Fabic. As taking a look at some of the other games in the North Division, the Muskegon Clippers are beating the Galleon Graders 4-3. Lima Locos and Michigan Monarchs tied at 5 in their contest. 1-2 into Fabic, runs in and hits him. He'll flip the bat towards the dugout and take his trot down to first base. Couple of 2-out base runners for the Copperheads. Now Zion Avery comes up in the inning.
Just try to get the next man up, continue going through. Keep the train on rolling.
A lot of work to do, as there is one final in the GLSCL. The Grand Lake Mariners knocked off the St. Clair Green Giants 1-0 earlier in the day. As currently in the North Division, the Lima Locos lead it with a 21-10 record. St. Clair Green Giants in second at 15-14. First pitch into Zion Avery from Jack Myers. comes in at the knees for a strike, breaking ball, 0-1. Then it's the Michigan Monarchs at 16-16, Muskegon Clippers at 15-16, Grand Lake Mariners at 13-17, and the Galleon Graders at the bottom at 8-21 on the season. As the 0-1 pitch in design, Avery chopped towards Avery Jennings at third. He will take it to the third base bag himself and step on it to retire the sides. The Copperheads get multiple base runners on for the first time all day, but unable to do anything with it. Heading to the top of the seventh inning, still 9-0 score. Be Connor Mills to finish out the ball game on play-by-play when we return on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility, lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the seventh inning inside Bob Brennan Stadium, where the Southern Ohio Copperheads trail the Hamilton Joes by a score of 9-0. Copperheads no runs on 2 hits and 3 errors. Hamilton Joes 9 runs, 11 hits, and have not committed an error thus far. We've got a pinch hitter at the plate for the Hamilton Joes, which should be number 14. We'll get 14 identified quickly, as this is Zachary Beadle from Madonna University, where he will be a sophomore in the upcoming fall. First pitch swung on by Beadle, grounded over towards shortstop Phil Glasser, throws to Zion Avery at first in time for the first out here on the top of the seventh inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Micah Craighauser, as he has come in relief of Tanner Glass. Glass started today's game, was his first start of the season, allowed 7 runs, but only 4 of them were earned. Did have a little bit of an issue control-wise, gave up 4 walks and only struck out 1 batter. But Zachary Beadle out on the ground out. And now at the plate, Brennan Gick. I'll check that. That'll be Dalton Miller as they go back-to-back pinch hitters, as Dalton flies one out to left field, gets down for a base hit. It's a 1-out single here in the top of the seventh inning.
I was going to say, I mean, obviously just gave up the single there, but Craighauser, I mean, all things considered, he drove up here 13 hours from Florida today. Probably wasn't 100% sure if he'd come in to pitch in this game. I mean, he came in, he's thrown strikes. I mean, you're just trying to eat up innings when you're losing like this.
Well, he wanted to come. He wanted to play for the Copperheads. He was one of those who reached out after the social media blast, as now a swing and a foul ball right down to the plate by Preston Miller. 0-1. The Copperheads desperate for some pitching. They're able to find 4 new arms. Craighauser being one of them. 0-1 count to Preston Miller. Miller in today's ball game. He swings and lines one right back up the middle, down into shallow center field, rounding second and holding off. It would be Dalton. The throw goes to second base, but on with a 1-out single is Preston Miller. Picks up his 3rd hit of the day. Still 1 out near the top of the 7th.
Yeah, not the hardest hit ball there from Miller, but he's had a pretty solid day at the plate. Now 3 hits, I believe, on the ball game for him, as that one just drops right in front of Nasanti for a base hit. Craighauser going to have to work a little bit here to get out of this inning without giving up a run.
First pitch swinging is Jake Cates. He flies it out towards the left side. All the way back in left center field, Jared Hurd makes the catch and shows off the strong arm all the way from left center field right to third base to hold off Dalton Miller at second base.
Well, I thought some of that was interesting. We were talking to Scott a couple innings ago. He's just saying how all three outfielders currently in all start in center field for their respective colleges. And, I mean, as you know, center fielders, they want to catch every ball they can. So, that, I mean, it explains the great range shown in the outfield for the Copperheads this season. But, you know, those guys want to catch every ball hit at them. That's the center fielder mindset.
It is, as the first pitch misses for a ball to another pinch hitter. Today's ball game, it'll be Cole Revels. Bobcat batting at his home field during the spring. Revels takes a 1-0 pitch in for a called strike, 1-1. But for Cole Revels, Ohio University product, will be a junior in the fall from Charlotte, North Carolina. 5'11", 180 pounds. As with the 9-0 lead, the Hamilton Joes have decided to just throw everybody at him. As the 1-1 to Revels, ground ball over toward short. Phil Glasser has it, the throw easy way to second base for the third and final out. Here in the top of the 7th inning, scoreless inning. Second in relief for Micah Craighauser as we head to the home half of the 7th. Hamilton Joes up 9-0. We'll be back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Bob Brand Stadium. Tanner Johnson will lead things off for the Copperheads, as Hamilton Joes have the 9-0 lead over the Copperheads. Only 9 outs left to play with for Southern Ohio. As first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0 to Tanner Johnson. Johnson on the day, 1 for 2, had a double, went to second base, didn't come around to score, and flew out to the second baseman as he gets hit by a pitch. Make it 53 now for the Copperheads, or no, make it 54 as Sebastian Fabic was hit in the bottom of the 6th inning as well. 54 hit by pitches, that's a lot of times and a lot of marks throughout the whole season.
I mean, we've played how many games so far now? 30?
Something like that.
So you're getting close to double, 2 a game. So, I mean, you'll take it. Take the free base runners any way you can get them, but
any way to get on base.
They're painful ones to pick up.
As the first pitch to Phil Glasser misses low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Copperheads have a small mountain to climb. 9-run deficit here at their home stadium, coming back for the first time in 7 games. It was a 7-game road trip for the Copperheads. As the second pitch missed outside to Glasser, 2 balls and no strikes. This has been quite the pitching performance from Jack Myers. Myers just rejoining the team after a hand injury as a swing and a fly ball out into left center field. Ranging over is the left fielder, Cates, who comes in and makes the catch. 1 out, bottom 7.
Yeah, just kind of got onto that one out in the left field. Not the hardest hit ball from Glasser. Just kind of a easy can of corn fly ball out there for the first out of the inning.
The Copperheads during the road stretch went 5-2. So they did their part, keeping them in the South Division for the GLSCL. As Crittenberger stands in. First pitch to Ty is on the outside corner, breaking ball. Paints the corner for a strike.
I'd also put them at 9-8 on the road this year. You know, like you want to try to stay around 500 on the road, and then they say in the major leagues, but those guys are flying luxury, planes to games. I mean, these guys are taking the bus trips all over the place. Long days and nights, traveling all around the state of Ohio, sometimes into Michigan, Canada, places like that. But to be able to go 5-2 on that road trip, it was pretty big.
They're pretty big indeed. They had the Lima Locos. But before then, they were on the road quite a bit, as well as Crittenberger flies one high in the air towards the right side, ranging near the Hamilton Joe's dugout, making the catch as the first baseman Miller. And now there are two away in the bottom of the 7th with a runner on first. Tanner Johnson has been on base more times than anybody for the Copperheads today. He's on base with a double and now with a hit by pitch. On base of 2 of 3. Just for base hits, 1 of 2. But Crittenberger flies out in foul territory to the first baseman. And now Kyle Gammond still in search for his first hit as a Copperhead as he swings and bounces this one fair territory. The pitcher Myers fields it right in front of the catcher Rich in front of home plate. Makes the throw to first base in time. And now there are 3 outs. As we head to the top of the 8th inning, Copperheads have been held scoreless through 7. With the Hamilton Joes coming to the plate, top 8. They lead 9-0. We'll be right back at the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or...
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Top of the 8th inning here at Bob Wrenn Stadium in Athens, Ohio, where the Hamilton Joes have a 9-0 lead over the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Avery Janning will lead things off for the Joes as he's first pitch swinging and bouncing ball over to Kyle Gammon. The throw across the diamond in time. 1 pitch, 1 out for Micah Craighauser here on the top of the 8th.
Yeah, all things considered, Craighauser, I mentioned this a couple times, but the kid drove all the way here from Florida and then had to turn around and pitch a ball game. You give him a couple runs in his first inning, but he's been throwing a lot of strikes, getting a lot of soft hit balls, and getting outs. When you're losing 9-0, you kind of just need a guy to eat up innings. You don't have to blow through your entire bullpen in one game. So Craighauser doing a nice job in that regard.
Craighauser gets Brock Mathis swinging. Swing and a miss for strike 1. On the day for Mathis as he pops one high in the air down the line in left field. Jared Hurd ranging over towards the line by the 340 in foul territory. Makes a catch by the Copperheads bullpen for the second out. So now 3 pitches and 2 outs for Micah Craighauser. 2 away.
Yeah, it's good awareness there from Hurd as he didn't go crashing into that wall, able to reach out and make the catch. Ran a long way to find that ball. It's a nice job out there by Hurd.
And the Hamilton Joes will have another pinch hitter It will be number 9, Zach Orn. Orn was the starting second baseman in yesterday's game. But the pinch hitters continue to come through. As the first pitch from Craig Hauser misses low and away for a ball. Brock Mathis flew out to left field for the second out, and pinch hitting for Corey Miley is Zach Orn. Two all the count, 2 outs. Lefty on lefty matchup as swinging a foul back to the screen. 2-1 now. Zach Orn batting .261, has 18 hits and 69 at-bats, 10 runs, 11 RBIs, walked 11 times, and has struck out 20. As a 2-1 pitch from Craig Hauser, swung on, ground ball, taking on a couple hops as second baseman Iverson. Throw to first in time, and the side's retired. 1-2-3 inning for Micah Craighauser as he makes his first relief appearance on the season for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads batting in the bottom of the 8th, down by 9. It's the Hamilton Joes 9, Copperheads nothing. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens, keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more,
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Jared Hurd will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Copperheads trailing the Hamilton Joes 9-0. For the first time today, it's a pitching change for the Hamilton Joes. Coming in to replace Jack Myers is London DeMuth. Myers went 7, allowed 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. As the first pitch from the sidearm of DeMuth gets Jared Hurd swinging for the first strike in the at-bat. 0-1. DeMuth against the Copperheads. Appeared against them on June 16th, as well in this series, July 9th. As the off-speed pitch taken for a called strike on Jared Hurd, 0-2. Well, for DeMuth on the season, a 6.75 ERA in 9 appearances. 9 1/3 innings pitched as a line drive out into right field, but positioned right where the right fielder Kane is at. Makes a catch, and the first out is made here in the bottom of the 8th.
Hurd put a good swing on that ball. Just hit it right at the right fielder. Kind of been a theme for the Copperheads in this ball game. A lot of hard hit balls to the outfield, just right where the Joes are being positioned. Having a tough time finding gaps out there in the outfield.
But first out recorded in the bottom of the 8th. Lineup turns over to Lucas Nasanti. Nasanti in search for his first hit as he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0. But for London DeMuth, 9 2/3 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 6 walks, and has given up 14 hits. Against the Copperheads in this series currently, yesterday's game went an inning, allowed 3 runs, only 1 was earned, 3 hits. As the off-speed goes inside to Lucas Nasanti, 3 balls and no strikes. DeMuth gave up a walk, struck out 2, and 9 batters faced. As the 3-0 pitch is taken down the middle by Nasanti, 3-1. Now Lucas Nasanti, a couple fly ball outs and a ground ball out. 0 for 3 today with a walk. As he swings, bounces one over towards the third base side, taken behind the bag, and he is out at first. Strong throw by Avery Janning yet again. Gets Lucas Nasanti just by a hair. It seems like every single time Nasanti tries and gets an infield single, just is not happening. Anthony Sheets punches him out.
And, obviously I'm not as close as first base umpire. But up here, it looked like Nasanti might have beat that one out. It was real close play. You knew it was going to be tough as soon as he hit a high hopper over there to third base, deep in the hole. It's a strong throw by Janning, though, to get it over there just in time for the out.
Well, 2 outs, Zach Iverson will bat. Lefty takes a first pitch called strike. 0-1. But Jack Myers has come in and just dominated the Copperheads lineup. Second in the league in batting average as the 0-1 pitch to Iverson hits the outside corner for a called strike. Now Iverson's down on the count 0-2. But Jack Myers cooled down one of the hottest hitting lineups in the GLSCL in the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads trailing by 9 here in the bottom of the 8th inning as the 0-2 pitch is delivered just high to Iverson. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and this is probably the first time since towards the beginning of the season we've kind of seen the Copperheads flustered like this at the plate. Just not, they've hit the ball hard a few times, but, just kind of look off balance.
1-2 pitch, foul tipped into the middle of the catcher, Rich. And that brings a close to the bottom of the 8th inning. At the end of 8, Copperheads go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. No runs scored for the Copperheads. For the Joes, 9 runs scored. We head to the top of the 9th inning. Copperheads down by 9. You're listening to the Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 9th inning. Hamilton Joes will come to the plate for the last time unless the Copperheads tack on 9 in the home half of the 9th. Copperheads just held to 2 hits in today's game. 9 runs, 13 hits for the Hamilton Joes. As leading things off for the Joes as he's first pitch swing and fouling it off towards the left side and out of play is Griffin Kane. Kane on the day has 2 hits, 2 for 4, grounded into a double play and struck out on his 2 times. It wasn't a single as the off-speed pitch from Micah Craighauser misses outside. So Craighauser came into the game in the top of the 5th inning as the 1-1 is swung on and fouled straight back to the netting, 1-2. And Craighauser, besides the 5th, has really come in and shut down the Hamilton Joes bats.
Yeah, kind of got away from the Copperheads early on, and this one is Glass didn't have his best stuff.
Ground ball right of the bag at first and foul ball.
But, he's came in, he's weathered the storm a little bit, gave up 2 in his first inning, but has, kind of settled down a little bit. Blanked in the last 3 innings, had a chance for a 4th one. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's all you can ask for a guy out of a bullpen. Came into a kind of a no-win situation, already losing by 7 runs. So all he could really do was come in and throw strikes, try to keep the deficit where it was.
Well, that's exactly what he's done as Of course, right on cue, he throws a ball. But 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. For Craig Hauser, 4 innings pitched. As he misses high and inside again, counters run full to Griffin Kane.
Yeah, obviously, we don't have much about him, so we're not really sure in the spring what his role is, if he's a starter or a reliever. But he's been able to come in. This is now his 5th inning, so if he can keep you from having to use another pitcher in this ball game, that's huge.
3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the 2nd strikeout on the day by Craig Hauser. The 3rd strikeout by Copperheads pitching, and now there's 1 out in the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah, nice little change up there on the outside part of the plate. Gets him out in front, as Kane's been a thorn in the side of the Copperheads through these past 2 games, but they get him down via the strikeout on that one.
So 1 down, top of the 9th. Copperheads down by 9 to the Hamilton Joes. As the first pitch is swung on, ground ball fielded right by Mike at the mound. And the throw, a strong throw over to first to get the 2nd out. 1 pitch and now 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning.
Another thing we haven't really mentioned, he's a lefty. Something that the Copperheads haven't been able to have in the rotation this year. Everybody, you really can't think of the word I'm looking for.
Well, you like to have a lefty pitcher.
You treasure the lefties for some reason as a pitcher. If you're growing up playing baseball, you're left-handed. I've talked about this before, but they're going to ask you if you pitch.
Not a whole lot of them out there. As the first pitch is swung on and fouled off by Dalton Miller. Dalton Miller today came in to pinch hit for Brennan Gick in the 7th. 0-1 the count to Miller. As the pitch from Micah Craig Hauser is lined out deep into center field. Ranging back is Lucas Nasanti. He has room and makes the catch right on the warning track for the 3rd out in the top of the 9th. Copperheads, well, they need 9 to tie this game, 10 to win it in the bottom of the 9th inning. Copperheads looking to keep their 3-game winning streak alive. But it faces a tall task here. We go to the bottom of the 9th, right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the 3rd base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Sebastian Fabic will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, as they will need 9 runs to tie up this ball game, 10 runs to win it. They've only got 3 outs to play with, as the first pitch from London to Muth bends in for a called strike, 0-1. Fabic on the day, he's been held hitless. He had a 7-game hit streak coming into yesterday's game against the Joes as he swings and lines one into the gap in left center field. That gets down and one hops the fence. Rounding first and heading for second is Sebastian Fabic. He goes standing. It's a leadoff double for Sebastian Fabic in the bottom of the 9th inning. It took him 9 innings, but he got his hit in today's ball game.
Well, I was about to wonder, how many times this season has Fabic gone back-to-back games without recording a hit, but right on cue, bottom of the 9th inning, squared that one up. Hits it a long way out into the gap in left center field to get the double. So, these at-bats still count for your numbers, but you're down 9-0 in the 9th inning. But, a lot of these guys have aspirations to play past college, and, the scouts are always watching. So Fabic drives that ball out there, increases the average a little bit.
As first pitch to Zion Avery, punches in for a called strike, 0-1. On the day for Zion Avery, 0 for 3 today. ground out to second base, ground out to first, and then grounded into a fielder's choice where the third baseman just was able to tag third. 0-1 the count. The pitch from DeMuth into Avery misses low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count. Nobody out. Bottom of the 9th inning. Copperheads trailing by 9. As London DeMuth has come into the game to replace Jack Myers. Myers went 7 strong for the Hamilton Joes. As a 1-1 pitch to Zion Avery, it's chopped on opposite side. Running down the line is Avery, fielded by the first baseman Miller, who underhand tosses it to the pitcher DeMuth to get the first out. It's a 3-1 putout for Zion Avery. The first out recorded in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Sebastian Fabic has moved up to third base on the slow roller. So a runner 90 feet away from scoring for the Southern Ohio Copperheads as they look to break up the shutout.
Well, perhaps one of the guys that can help you out is Johnson has one of the 3 hits in the ball game so far, hit a double back in the 6th inning. So maybe he can pick up an RBI and, kind of salvage something from this ball game here in this 9th inning.
Now first pitch from London DeMuth to Tanner Johnson hits the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. The side armor has been sneaky. Sebastian Fabic, when he went for the offer in yesterday's game, as the 0-1 to Tanner Johnson misses outside, Fabic entered the bus and he expressed his displeasure for sidearm pitching. Had a tough time picking up Yun Chow's pitching in yesterday's game. But picks up the sidearmer London DeMuth's pitch. Had a leadoff double as Tanner Johnson swings and misses at the DeMuth offering. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, you always hear how tough it is when you're the same side as a sidearm pitcher, righty, righty, lefty, lefty, whatever it may be. Tough to pick up from that angle as the ball kind of just comes in on you quick.
The 1-2 pitch. Johnson goes down swinging, and now there are 2 away, and the Copperheads are down to their final out.
Yeah, just got him off balance and way out in front of that breaking pitch. As you know, it's tough because it looks like that pitch from a sidearmer is coming in right on and then right at you, and it breaks all the way to the other side of the plate. Real hard to pick up, and gets Johnson to strike out there.
Phil Glasser now comes in. Glasser 0 for 3 on the day, as are the majority of the Copperheads bats today. First pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Nasanti 0 for 4, Avery 0 for 4, Glasser 0 for 3, Krittenberger and Hurd all 0 for 3, with Gammond 0 for 2. A lot of offers in the lineup as the Hamilton Joes pitching staff has really shut down the Copperheads bats in today's ball game. Last pitch in was in for a called strike.
Yep, only 3 hits so far. Just not able to really find the holes where the Copperheads in this ball game is. Not a lot of strikeouts, which has sometimes been the problem for them this year when they haven't been hitting too well. But really haven't struck out all too much in this game. Just a lot of weak contact. Jack Myers came in, pitched really good, starting, kept the team off balance, and then bullpen's done the same.
2-1 the count as last pitch missed outside. The 2-1 pitch hits the inside corner. Now the Copperheads are down to their final strike. Glasser with 2 flyouts to left field and a ground out to second base is his 0 for 3. London DeMuth looking to pick up his 3rd strikeout of the day and close the door on the Copperheads. DeMuth from the stretch, the 2-2 pitch taken outside, and the count is run full to Phil Glasser.
Well, you like to say it's a lot, Connor, but Phil Glasser works full counts like it's his job up there at the plate. Never gets cheated in an at-bat. Always going to fight pitches off and, try to get his pitch to hit, put a good swing on it.
The payoff pitch from DeMuth is taken outside, ball 4. And now Phil Glasser's 0 for 3 with a walk in today's ball game. Runners at the corners for the Copperheads with 2 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jeds trail by 9 to the Hamilton Joes. Taking a quick look around the league. Bottom of the 8th inning between the Xenia Scouts and Cincinnati Steam. The Scouts leading 6-3. Taking a look at the other first place team, Licking County Settlers down in the bottom of the 7th inning to the Richmond Jazz 5-1. So if everything goes the way it's going right now, Copperheads won't lose the half game back as first pitch swing is Ty Krittenberger. He fouls it straight back and into the grandstands to our right here at the press box at Bob Brand Stadium, 0-1. But it would still be a half game out.
Well, it's going to be, if the result obviously ends up what it looks like, it's going to be 4 teams separated by just a half game. So it's going to be very interesting to see who comes out with this thing when it's all said and done. When July 23rd comes around, it's obviously nothing is set in stone yet.
The 0-1 pitch to Ty Krittenberger almost hits him on the knee. Krittenberger slides back a little bit, 1-1. Sebastian Fabic led things off here in the bottom of the 9th inning with a double. Now standing on third base when he was advanced by the ground out by Zion Avery. Tanner Johnson struck out, and then Phil Glasser is on with a walk. Brings the runners at the corners with 2 outs as Krittenberger swings in another foul ball right back onto the press box. Copperheads again are down to their final strike in the ball game. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Long hole by London DeMuth. Looks back, now to the plate, the 1-2 almost gets away from the catcher, Rich. Rich had to dive behind the left-handed batter's batting box, and that brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It was a little bit outside, that pitch.
Just a little.
Just a little. If you ever see Major League, I mean, obviously everybody knows the reference, just a bit outside. I think it's pretty similar to the pitch in that movie.
Yeah. Didn't
Bob Uecker, legend.
Charlie Sheen, the Wild Thing.
Right, yeah. Well, Rick Vaughn. Rick Vaughn, his name in the movie, yeah.
The 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back to the netting. Gives us more time to have Major League references.
The second one was filmed in Camden Yards.
I've never seen the second one.
Yeah, it's not as good as the first one. Not as good as in my opinion. I don't think that's a very hot take, though. I think most people would agree.
With the All-Star game in Cleveland, there were a lot of Major League references.
Right. Did you see the graphic that in Cleveland that had Bryce Harper on it, but he wasn't in the All-Star game?
Well, I can tell you, here, I'll get my Mets reference in. Jacob deGrom was on the board when Jeff McNeil was batting.
Mm-hmm.
But the 2-2, with 2 outs, the pitch to Ty Krittenberger, swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. Southern Ohio Copperheads have their 3-game winning streak snapped by the Hamilton Joes. Joes pick up a 9-0 victory. One of the only times this season that the Southern Ohio Copperheads have been blanked this year. And it is the only time that the Copperheads have been held off the scoreboard. 9-0 in favor of Hamilton Joes. Picking up the win for the Joes. Making his first start of the season is Jack Myers. And on the losing end of the stick, Tanner Glass also making his first start of the season. Copperheads pitching has been short. Micah Craighauser comes in and gives Copperheads a little bit of depth, a little bit more breathing room as they strive to continue to get throughout the week and just have a new man on the mound every day.
Yeah, just kind of a perfect storm for the Copperheads. You fall behind early, you have to give up those 4 runs in the second. It just kind of builds from there. Jack Myers pitched a gem of a game out there on the mound at a Butler University. Copperheads really just couldn't get anything going offensively, and when that happened, the run just kind of piled up, kind of got away from them through the middle innings. But hey, you got a rubber match to play with this team tomorrow. If the results stay the same elsewhere, you don't lose any ground with this loss. So, you just got to kind of rebound and come back tomorrow, focus on taking 2 of 3 from this team, and then, you keep on playing. You go from there.
Hamilton Joes go up 16-13 on the season. Southern Ohio Copperheads fall to 17-14 on the season, and we'll see if they remain a half game back as the other games around the GLSCL in the South Division are still going on. But from Bob Brand Stadium, Hamilton Joes 9, Southern Ohio Copperheads nothing. For Joey Medora, this is Connor Mills signing off. Post-game show coming up right after this. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together, we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and
So we're with Coach Austin Dunphy after the loss here tonight. Coach, it's been a while since we had you up here. Long road stretch.
A little over a week.
Yeah. And, how good was it to finally, kind of come back here and play in front of your friends here at Bob Wren?
Oh, man, it's always nice to be at home. We had a pretty rowdy crowd here tonight. You could probably hear it on the air. They were so loud. Man, it's good to be back and be able to sleep in a little bit in the morning. Weren't able to do that. We were on the road yesterday, so late night last night, but about to get into the swing of things with a nice little home stand here, but just glad to be home.
So the kid Craig Hauser, he drives up here from Florida today, and, he gives you really a big 5 innings out of the pen. Sometimes when in these 9-0 games you kind of blow through a lot of pitchers, but he was able to come in and, take you through the rest of the ball game. How big is that going to be moving forward the rest of the week?
Oh, that was huge. That we were basically out of pitching going into today. We had to have Tanner Glass step up in a big spot that he's not used to doing. I don't think he's started a baseball game on the mound, maybe ever. So it basically before today, he was all we had. And then we signed Krieghauser, drove from Florida 14 hours, left early this morning, got here between batting practice and game time. Had to have our player ops guy, Paul King, go and get his uniform from the house, and ended up having to put him in today. I didn't want to, but, man, the only option we had. Today we were very short on arms. We were just trying to get through the day till we can get some guys back and available later on in the week. Just trying to bridge that gap right now.
So Myers for the other team pitched one heck of a game on the other side. Talk about what he was doing to kind of keep you guys off balance all night long.
Well, biggest thing, he's in the strike zone the whole time. If you're a pitcher, that's the key to success. You have to be in the strike zone often. And he was mixing in his pitches, throwing them all for strikes. That slider he has is pretty tight, good pitch, man. It was tough for our guys to put good wood on it. We only squared up a couple balls all night, I think. Most of them were right at somebody. So, and that's part of pitching as well. You got to throw it in the zone and let the guys beat it around a little bit. And you got 8 guys behind you to make plays. So, hats off to him for a phenomenal job on the mound tonight. He would have beat anybody in the league today. He was on.
So, not all's lost. You're even at 1-1 in the series. You got a rubber match tomorrow. What's kind of the message? Obviously tough loss tonight, but a quick turnaround because you still got a chance to take 2 or 3 from these guys.
Yeah, and the message is we're still playing baseball and we're still in the hunt for first place in this league. We were a game out coming into today. I don't know what the other teams did today, but we're in prime position to put ourselves in the driver's seat to take this thing the rest of the way. We got Licking County coming up, Xenia the day after tomorrow. Licking County's a game ahead of us. man, we're in prime position. As long as we can stay within striking distance and we get to Licking County, man, it's ours for the taking. We just got to stay close all season long. We've been itching away, scratching away, one game at a time, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves in a pretty good spot. The top of, in my opinion, the better division in the Great Lakes League, top to bottom, it's pretty solid here in the South, and we've worked our way up to the top. Two teams were tied at first coming into today, Cincinnati and Licking County. We took 4 of 6 from Cincinnati, the team that's been leading this thing the whole time, and Licking County coming up. So it's ours to take. We just got to keep scratching away.
All right, Coach, thank you for joining us on the post-game
Thank
show.
you.
When we return, we got Connor Mills to finish it up here on the Copperheads Media Network.
Welcome back into the Southern Ohio Copperheads post-game show, joined by the Dan Inman Player of the Game, Micah Craighhauser. Micah, first off, welcome to Athens.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You know, we were talking a little bit out in the hallway. 13 hours you drove this morning, left at 4 o'clock from Lake City, Florida, drove all the way up here into Athens, Ohio. Learned about it on social media. Like, what has been the past 24 hours for you?
The past 24 hours have been crazy. Yesterday I was at home in my bed, and I was on Twitter, and I saw the Copperheads tweet, said they needed some arms, and I asked my parents about it, and I was like, yeah, maybe. And then today I'm up here and I pitched 5 innings, so it's unreal.
Yeah, I don't know if you've known, but there's been a lack of pitching. Pitching has been good up here, but a couple guys had hit their pitch innings limit. A couple guys got hurt. Copperheads right now are sitting at 17-14 on the season, right in the thick of a playoff hunt. How do you go from, all right, I'm just laying in my bed getting ready to wake up the next day to, all right, I'm in a playoff contention?
I've always had that mindset of I want to play and I want to win. And when I Googled the guys and I was like, okay, they're in a playoff hunt, I was like, this is a team I want to play for, and I think I could help the team.
What are your first impressions of manager Austin Dunphy?
Awesome manager. I met him, and he was like, do what you need to do, and then he ended up sending me to the pen, so I was like, I like this guy.
Who on the team have you met the guys, all the guys yet? Like, how are you getting acclimated to the
I've
squad?
met some of them. I got to know my first baseman, and he's pretty cool. I think his name's Sebastian. Everybody calls him Seb, and
the outfielder. First baseman was Zion Avery today.
Oh, well, confusion. It's a lot. Like I said, a lot of going on in the last 24 hours.
Hey, I'm not going to blame. I'm not holding it
Anyway,
against
I
you.
met Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian Fabric. All right.
Sebastian, he was the first guy to come up to me and say something. And when I walked in the dugout, I had 2 bags, and I just dropped my stuff, and everybody just came over and shook my hand. And I still don't know all their names because there's so many of them, but they were really welcoming, and it felt like home.
Now, today you pitched 5 innings, 4 scoreless. What was working for you out on the mound today?
My curveball was working pretty good. I mean, after the first inning, it was pretty shaky because I was just so nervous coming to the game, so much adrenaline. That's what most people I've pitched in front of in a long time. But on the mound, I just had to find my rhythm, location, and I had to stay poised and balanced. And I think that's what was working for me, is just how calm I was on the mound after the first inning.
Mike, I appreciate you being up here and joining us. Please go get some
rest.
rest.
Appreciate it. Blessed to be here.
Good to have you.
Thank
Micah
you.
Craighhauser, the Dan Inman Electric Player of the Game. Copperheads fall to the Hamilton Joes by a score of 9-0. Copperheads are back at it again, 7:05 tomorrow. We'll learn who's on the mound sometime tomorrow. We'll just figure out what other pitcher can go in. But for Micah Craighauser, Austin Dunphy, and Joe Medora, this is Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.